Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the High Ticket Coaching and Consultant Strategy and Growth Show. Now, if you're watching this interview anywhere else but within our private community called High Ticket Client Attraction Insider Circle, our private Facebook group, be sure to come join us. That group was put together specifically for coaches, consultants, and service providers who are serious about getting to that six and that seven figure level within the businesses. Right now, we just hit 6,000 plus members. So if you're not already a member, be sure to come join us, High Ticket Client Attraction Insider Circle. Now, with that being said, today's guest, Claudia Gutierrez. Hey, Claudia, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
You're
Thank
so
you for the
welcome.
invitation.
Yes, you're welcome. Now, tell us, I know you run a coaching and consulting business. So tell us about your coaching and consulting business. What do you do?
Well, I do coaching through meditation.
Mm-hmm.
So I help people to change their beliefs. They make it very conscious, so it's easier to let go. So it's easier for them to just realize what's happening with them inside of them, and then they can just like, oh, change it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that aha moment when you say, ah. So
Yeah.
it's easier for them to let go, and then we get new programs.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, basically.
Okay, perfect. So ultimately, coaching and meditation.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
meditation. Yes.
What got you into that realm? What got you into doing this?
Well, first of all, I got diagnosed with first hyperthyroidism and then hypo, like 23 years ago, and I was taking a lot of pills uh, during the day.
Mm-hmm.
One for my heart to just slow the heartbeat, and then some a lot of pills, and it was so stressful. I was like 18, 19, so I said, like, I was like, okay, this can't be my life. So I started studying Reiki, meditation, all about it, and how I could change my body. How can I can heal it, right? So I just started studying, and then I decided that I could do this for other people. I was getting all this information. I get intuitive. I was really intuitive. I can feel what the other person is feeling, so I
Mm-hmm.
can get it into my mind, and I can help them to change what they are thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they don't realize what they're really feeling, so I can really get an image of what's happening. So it's really, really easy
Yeah, that's so
and
fascinating.
fun. Yes, and it's really fun.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely pretty fascinating. So, in essence, so you said ultimately a life experience, something you've had over your life that kind of what caused you to get into this type of field.
Yeah, I was, first of all, I was getting really sick. I got these panic attacks, and I couldn't get into the plane. It was closed. It was getting even worse and worse and worse until I decided to get into this meditation process. And now that I came back, well, I was living in Baja like for 8 years. And then I came here to Cancun, and like 3 years ago, a doctor told me that I wasn't sick. So he checked my thyroid function, and it was okay. And he told me that wasn't a real nice diagnosis. It wasn't well done. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing is that I asked him, okay, I believe you, but I was burned. My thyroid was burned with radioactive jode. So how could this happen? And he said, I don't know. Just keep doing whatever you're doing. Okay. So I
Mm-hmm.
said, okay, it's okay. So I'm still taking a little bit of the medicine. It's nothing every day. And it keeps me like, he told me that if I work hard every day, it will work without the medicine. So I'm getting there.
Yeah,
um,
that's
that,
that.
that Really,
Yeah.
really awesome. Yes.
Okay. And did you find that there were a lot of individuals, the same stuff you went through as well too? Did you find there were a lot of individuals having similar issues?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because I always believe that every sickness or disease or whatever you call it, it's because of something emotional, right? And the body is just trying to talk to you and hey, just look at me, something's wrong, heal me, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when I decided to do that, obviously I can see whatever is happening in the other person. So it's
Mm-hmm.
easy for me to help them to heal or even to let stress go, right? So it's all
Mm-hmm.
about that. Hmm.
Yeah. And the core, you talked about meditation.
Yes.
How do you define what is how yeah, how do you define meditation?
Well, for me, it's just to it all begins with the breathing. You have to regulate your breath, and then you get this awesome conscious about what's happening inside, what you are afraid of, what are you, if you're in lack or something, you just start realizing when does it come from, the beginning, and then how you can just leave all that behind, because I believe that we are energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the air and energy doesn't come in sickness or in lackness or weakness, whatever. I mean, energy is energy, so you just can make it grow. So when I'm meditating, that's what I'm doing. I'm just making my energy to grow. So it's a really nice and cool sensation that you can make it grow so far away from your where you are, so you can feel everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's the first part. And the second part, it's easier for me to let go or show you how to let go if you just see it like a energy, anything that is stopping people from growing. um, they don't they maybe perceive faces, but if you take the face and you just see the energy, it's easier for people to let go, so
Mm-hmm.
they don't get this attack or person who's attacking. So that's forgiveness, right? When
Mm-hmm.
you just let go and that's it, you just stay in peace. And the third part is that you get this, I call my meditations reset and boost experience, because at the end of the forgiveness process, then you can feel this boost is awesome, because people come comes back from the meditation and say, I feel great, thank you. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the best thing that could happen, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So
Hmm.
how, in terms of how do you teach it? Is it something that someone should do long term? Is it just having one session of meditation? You're like, oh, I'm good. I never need again. Or is it like a lifestyle kind of?
Well, it could happen with one. I'm gonna tell you something. Like 3 days ago, I was on a call with somebody from Canada, and she told me, you know what, my husband, um, it's getting there. But first, I gave him one session from 1 hour, and he gets so angry with it, right? But 3 years later, she told me, you know what? This is awesome, because he's starting to get these changes since 3 years until now. So maybe he will come back with you again.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be one session, or with people who's really committed for consciousness and change. I do these programs for like a month sometimes, or sometimes for 3 months. It depends on what people want, right? The other one, because it not depends on me. The changes in me have been taken like, I've been doing this like 7 years, so it's a whole process, and it's really hard sometimes to see your other self, your real self, and it's painful sometimes. So it depends on the other person. So I can
Hmm.
do it for 1 month, one session, or 3 months. But I really rather to do it on like a really program, a process on
Hmm.
term, right?
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
do you have like programs where you actually have recorded programs where you have people do the meditation themselves, or is it typically with you typically guiding them?
No, I'm guiding them because
Hmm.
every time is different. What I'm feeling, um, every time that I'm guiding meditation, it's because I'm feeling different stuff. So yes, I have one recorded meditations for like 10 minutes,
Hmm.
and I just share that with them so they can feel awesome in 10 minutes, right?
Hmm.
And but in the process, every session that I have is that I can sense different stuff. So I'm telling different programs because I'm feeling something has to get out, right? So I start talking and I'm talking, and then they come back like, what did just happen?
Hmm.
And they are so relaxed. So
Yeah.
every time is different. I don't have the same program for everybody. No.
Hmm. Okay. And you said you call what is that you do rest and boost? Oh, sorry, reset and boost.
Reset and boost experience.
Yeah. How did
Yes.
you come up with that name?
I was meditating.
Hmm. Oh, it came to you through a meditation.
Yes. And I was like, how do I call this? And one day I was in Baja, I was still there, and I got a friend that wanted to me to give this meditation for a program that she had this. She made an exhibition, and she told me, "Hey, I want you to do this meditation for the place." I was, yeah, I can do it, and I was like thinking, what am I gonna do, right? So
Hmm.
I just closed my eyes and I said, okay, what is this? So I just see a little seed, then how it could grow. And
Hmm.
I was like, oh, okay, reset, erase again, just plant the seed and with the boost. So I said, okay, it's going to be reset and boost experience because everybody has a different experience. I
Hmm.
mean, they get these experiences really. I can see what's happening there, right? I can feel if they are scared of doing this experience, but I can see it. I can feel they are really happy of doing this.
Hmm.
So I said, okay, this is going to be reset and boost experience. Everybody has a different experience from it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Awesome. And I guess the question now becomes in terms of because I think when you get into meditation, have you would you consider meditation part of like spirituality? Is that or is it
Well, so,
separate?
you know what? I don't get into that term or spirit. I know it's spirituality or it's divinity or a lot of people. Well, people call it different ways. I don't
Hmm.
get into that references because it depends on what the people believe, right? If they believe in God, they want them to know that it's God. If they believe in the universe, they want to believe in the universe. If I believe in energy, I just believe in energy. So it depends. If
Hmm.
some people it's have their own religion, it's really hard to talk about God if they can call it Allah or Buddha or it's so I just ask her, what do you
Hmm.
believe? So it doesn't matter. It just what I think it's important to know is that it comes from inside, from the heart, and it's not coming from the mind. And it's just there. It's
Hmm.
not in my mind. I mean, so it could be spirituality or divinity or energy or universe. It it's just there.
Hmm. Now,
Mhm.
what about if someone wanted to get started practicing with meditation? How do you typically recommend getting started? Is it something you just sit and do it for like 5 minutes? Do you do it for an hour? How do you typically recommend someone get into meditation?
Well, I think that 10 minutes is awesome. So
Mm-hmm.
you can get, you just close your eyes and you start being conscious about your breathing for 10 minutes. And you will realize that your mind is telling you things. But as long as you keep your attention in the breathing, then you will notice how your mind works.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mhm.
So ultimately, take about 10 minutes and just sit through. Because I've tried meditation, I've done a fair share of it in my time, and
Okay.
when I was first getting started, it was always the challenge of how do you quiet your mind? Like you sit down and try to be quiet, but then all of a sudden you find yourself thinking about this other thing, and then you're like, "Ah, how did I get here?" And then you calm down. So is it like is it like a trained process to where when you get really good at it, your thoughts are always focused on one thing instead of drifting off? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Well, first of all, you have to realize that the mind never gets quiet.
Mm-hmm.
That's its work. I mean, never gonna get quiet, but you can just get focused. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start looking at my breathing, and every time you think about, oh, I have to do this, it's like, okay, but right now I'm breathing,
Mm-hmm.
and you can feel the stress in your body, right? Like, ah, but I have to do this. Yeah, but right now you're here, and you're at peace, and you're
Mm-hmm.
growing up, and you're talking to yourself to feel at peace that moment. So when when the time pass, you just realize that you just have meditated for 10 minutes and you feel great
Mm-hmm.
because you can control your stress about it, and you can
Mm-hmm.
do your daily activities without worrying because
Mm-hmm.
now you have control of it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah,
So,
so
but
that's the
now the
important
question,
part.
yeah, the question, is it something, and if someone does get into it though, what's your process? Are you someone who does it like on a daily basis? Do you do it like as needed? How do you approach it for yourself?
Well, you first of all, what I recommend is that everybody or most of the people said, I don't have time,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you have to make time because you do have time, right? Because people start looking at their mailbox or their it's like another activity. You have to make the space. You have to make time,
Right.
and with 10 minutes, it's just perfect 10 minutes. Then you can do it for 20 minutes. I don't even meditate for 1 hour. I mean, it's like I can do it in 10, but everybody can do it. It's just that you have to get it into your
Mm-hmm.
calendar, right? Then you have to notice that doing this is going to be maybe stressful because you think that you're stopping from doing whatever you want to do to do this, right? So as long as you keep doing it, like everything is, this is a training for your mind and for
Mm-hmm.
your body to keep calm and for everything to work out inside of you, right? You
Mm-hmm.
can feel it. You can start senses this stressful moment, and then you have to, okay, I'm getting stressed. I'm gonna breathe. I'm gonna let go, and nothing will happen. Everything in the world is gonna be the same. I mean, that's life going on. So don't worry about it. Life is going on anyway. So
Yeah.
take it easy. It's nothing's
Yeah.
gonna happen. The world is not gonna stop. I mean, right?
Right.
So take it easy. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, as long as you keep that in mind, then you're gonna notice that this is something you can't stop doing. I mean, I do it every day, or like 20 minutes in the morning, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel great every day. I mean, I have a daughter. She's 11. She's in this puberty thing, and now she's getting like this rebellion moment.
Hmm.
So I'm a mom, and I just like get crazy sometimes, and like, okay, nothing's gonna happen,
Yeah.
right? I'm just gonna have fun, and suddenly everything changes.
Right.
So yeah, you have to enjoy it. You
Yeah.
learn to enjoy this moment.
Okay. Now, what about let me see if in your life, right? So a question I'd like to ask is out of all the skills, the things you've learned over your lifetime, what do you
Hmm.
think is the one, if you had to pick one core skill that do you think has made the biggest difference on your life, what would you say that one core skill is?
Wow. Well, you know, the best I get from this is that I get really, really intuitive. So I can perceive myself. So I developed that. I just decided to develop that to make it a perfection, right? So I can bring that service to the others. So I decided to be perfect in that part.
Mm-hmm.
So I get really sensitive. I get sensible. I mean, like I can feel people. So it helps them, and I love to help people. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Well, we're getting short on time here, but if someone wanted to reach out to you, what's the best way to connect with you?
Um um I guess on Facebook you have my informations, right? You have you just have to look for Reset and Boost Experience,
Mm-hmm.
and you will find me. I have a website that it's in Spanish. I'm gonna have to do it in English and Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
but they have my email. That it's the same, Reset and Boost
Yeah.
arroba Gmail. So as long as you keep looking for Reset and Boost Experience, you're gonna find me.
Yeah. Love it. Love
Mhm.
it. And guys, if you're watching this on the live or the replay, all the links Claudia, she just mentioned here, I'll have them right below the video as well. So you can click and connect directly with her. Well, Claudia, hey, thank you so much for stopping by the show. Do you have any final thoughts before we end here?
Yeah, thank you for the invitation. It's been awesome, and whatever you need, I'll be here.
Perfect. Love it. Love it. Well, thank you so much. You enjoy the weather back in Cancun, and we'll
Yes.
be in touch. Okay.
Yeah, whenever you want to come, I'll be here.
Yes. Yes. I haven't been yet, but it's definitely on my bucket list of things to do. Right.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Awesome. Well, hey, you enjoy. We'll talk soon.
Okay, take care.